Hey guys, how's it going? It's on4 here and welcome to another episode of Subscriber Loadouts. In this series, I use loadouts suggested by you guys. You see as the loadout in the comment section of previous episodes of this series. Then I select one, go and play around with it for a couple days. Then I come back here and tell you what I think of the loadout. This week's loadout comes from Infamous 2000 and he suggested the Mexican Gangster. An AEK-971 with iron sights, a tactical flashlight, an angle foregrip, a muzzle brake. For the secondary, we're going to have the 44 Magnum with no attachments. For the first gadget, we're going to have the first APAC. For the second gadget, we're going to have the M320 high explosive. For our knife, we're going to have the improvised knife. For a lot of episodes now, you guys have heard me talk about some weapons that I really like. But the AEK is my favorite weapon in Battlefield 4. For the assault rifles at least. So let's start by talking with some of the positives of the AEK. The first one, and probably the most important one, is the fire rate. The AEK shoots at 900 rounds per minute, making it extremely fast and extremely dangerous in close range situations. It also comes with some pretty good hipfire for assault rifles. It's not the best, but it's pretty up there. And it just makes the weapon even more dangerous at close range. You have those 900 rounds per minute and you have some good hipfire. And also the weapon has some pretty good accuracy. The biggest problem that the AEK may have is that it has some really limited range. At long range, you're gonna find it hard to hit your targets. The weapon also doesn't have the best stability, mainly because of the high rate of fire. But this could easily be fixed just by burst firing. But at longer range, you can never find it kinda hard to shoot at enemy because of the limited range and the low stability. Alright, now let's talk about the attachment we're going to have in the weapon. For the optic, we're not gonna have any optic. We're just gonna have the iron sights, which I kinda had trouble with the iron sights a little bit because I don't typically use iron sights on weapons. I just kinda stick to a normal red dot sight or something. But I guess it goes with the theme of the class, a Mexican Gangster. Moving on to the accessory we're going to have in the weapon, we have a tactical light. It's just like the flashlight, just that instead of being on at all times and then you can turn it on and off, it only turns on when you aim down sight. So you don't have to deal with the annoying flashlight when you're trying to hip fire someone, and you don't have to worry about turning it on and off. I don't really find the flashlight that useful in Battlefield 4, like at all. I don't see the purpose for it, so I don't really use it that much. Moving on to the underbarrel on this weapon, we're going to have the angle grip, which is going to improve our stability, which is really nice because we really need a lot more stability on this weapon, even if you use only burst fire in it. It's just nice for the times you want to fall out of the weapon and still have controllable recoil. Moving on to the barrel on this weapon, we have the muzzle brake, which will improve our stability even more, making the weapon easier to control, but it will also affect our accuracy negatively. So we're trading stability for accuracy, and I believe that this weapon has good enough accuracy that you could spur it a little bit to get more stability. Moving on to the secondary on this loadout, we have the 44 Magnum, a high skill and high damage pistol. The 44 Magnum definitely requires a lot of skill to use. You're gonna have to get your shots on target. You're also gonna have to take advantage of that first shot. Well, they can't see you in the minimap yet. And third, once again, don't miss your shots, because just like I said in the previous episode of this series, the 44 Magnum with trigger delayed makes it really hard to use. And I'm not telling you that you can't succeed with the 44 Magnum. I'm just saying that it's gonna be harder to succeed with the 44 Magnum because of the trigger delayed, and that you need to get all your shots on target and don't miss. Because the 44 Magnum is a high power pistol, you could also get that one shot kill headshot, which is really useful in some situations. The 44 Magnum is definitely a good pistol. It looks nice, it sounds nice, it's really accurate, really good. But the only problem being the trigger delay. But if you could handle the trigger delay and you learn how to master it, you will really enjoy using the 44 Magnum. For the first gadget on this loadout, we have the first APAC. I'm guessing he chose the first APAC because of the theme of the loadout, but it pretty much does the same thing as a medic bag. You could easily just switch it out with a medic bag. You just put the pack down, and if your teammate stands above it or you stand above it, you start regaining your health. With the first APAC, you kind of regain your health a little bit slower than with the medic bag. But it's up to you which one you should choose if you're going to try out this loadout. For the second gadget, we have the M320 high explosive, which is pretty much just a grenade launcher. It's really useful for use killing infantry. That's mainly what it's used for. But you could also do some damage to vehicles. You won't do a lot of damage to vehicles, but if you see an LAB or a tank that's on fire, you could easily just shoot it once and blow it up. So it's really useful in some situations against vehicles and infantry. And the last thing we're going to have on this loadout, it's the knife. We have the improvised knife, which is just the improvised knife. The knife doesn't really change besides the looks of it. So it's just a normal knife. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and remember, if you want to suggest your loadouts, just put it down in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next video.